All right, welcome everybody to the Porter Report today. This is Jacob Harris, scout for the Porter Report, and I have here with me today the head coach of Old Dominion, Coach Jeff Jones. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. It's the middle of the summer, and things are as busy as can be.
Yeah, I was just gonna start out with that. So how is everything kind of going for you guys? Have you guys been able to take a breather since the end of last season?
Not at all. Like a lot of people, I think we because of the way the transfer portal is now. We
Mhm.
recruited right up until, gosh, about the middle of June. Then we got everybody, and then we're trying to get them in for summer school and workouts. Got camp this week. Thank goodness today's the last day. It's always nice to wrap a week of camp up. And then we finally have everybody, all of our players, incoming and returning in summer school and workouts, and we're full steam ahead. So it's been busy. There hasn't really been much of a chance to decompress, but I look forward to hopefully having the chance to do that soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know it's been difficult for a lot of people or a lot of programs to kind of keep up with, or maybe not keep up with, bringing a lot of these guys on campus in the summer. I know it's been hard for a couple of programs that I'm a lot closer to get some of these guys in for the summer because it is very important, in my opinion, personally, to have these guys in as soon as possible.
It is from a basketball standpoint, certainly to try to, you know, um, to communicate our philosophies, particularly our defensive philosophy, since we
Mm.
we, we really try to hang our hat, on that. Um, and with all the visits, and normally we get recruits in, and they're able to be here both summer school sessions.
Mm.
We've had guys, and it's normal for freshmen to come in because their school goes a little bit longer usually, and for the freshmen to come in for the second session. But for transfers, normally we like to have them for both, and that just wasn't possible this year because of the visits taking longer, and kids are taking one, two, three visits, and that just strings things along. They can't do that many visits if they're going to take multiple visits because they're trying to finish their regular academic year out strong,
Yes,
making sure
sir.
that they're eligible to transfer to the next school.
Absolutely.
So everything has just, and again, it's the evolution of it. I don't see it changing. It doesn't do any good complaining about it. We've just got to, recognize what it is and adapt and try to, go forward and figure out the best way to handle the timetable that we're faced with now.
Absolutely. So my next question for you, how do you and your staff kind of balance recruiting out of the transfer portal versus recruiting out of the high school ranks?
Well, we look at our roster now each year. I think it's really difficult, uh, not impossible, but extremely difficult to build a program anymore. So much
Mm.
it's managing a roster, and so what you're trying to do, maybe in some ways like an NBA general manager. I don't know. I've never been in that spot, but you're looking each year to fill certain spots, and it changes more frequently now than ever before. Obviously, what we try to do is look at our roster and see where are the immediate needs. Right, that's probably replacing somebody that's transferred out. Who do you need to have some experience that's most likely going to be a starter? With the freshmen, and unless they're really really good for your level, those guys you can bring along a little bit more slowly. The only danger there is that if you bring them along, by the time they're there 2 or 3 years and they've developed and they're pretty good, if they jump then you've kind of wasted some time. So
Yeah.
it is tricky, but we try to balance it as best we can based on need. You never want to, or certainly I never want to, bring a transfer in that's not going to play a significant role. If you're bringing somebody in as a transfer and they're sitting, that's kind of a double whammy, for them. They've for whatever reason it didn't work at the previous school,
Mhm.
they got to get it right the second time, or else they're going to be extremely unhappy.
Of course, and that kind of bridges to my next question. How difficult is it to build kind of a culture for your program when you have a lot of guys that are incoming, with the transfer portal kind of constantly flipping your roster?
Yeah, I mean that's certainly a challenge. We didn't do so well with that 2 years ago, and we were, I've said many times, we were dysfunctional, and it showed on the court. We had some talent, but we'd get some big wins, but we just weren't consistent enough. And I would attribute that to just having just bad chemistry. Last year we had a better year. 19 wins. We would have liked to have won more. But given all the injuries that we faced, that was probably the most injuries that I've ever faced in my 30-some years. And I was just really proud of our kids for, stepping up and next man up kind of deal. But building that chemistry is some of it's a little bit of luck. You want to bring in young men that not only are good at basketball, but are good people and are interested in the team doing well and understands the concept that a rising tide lifts all boats. We try to do a lot of stuff on the court and off the court to facilitate that bonding that needs to go on. Some of it though has to be done by the players themselves. Hopefully you've got some guys with leadership abilities that are looking to get together, and hang out or whatever it may be, because that bond is what's going to get you through the tough times. So we try to do as much as we can. It doesn't always work, but hopefully this year we can kind of replicate in terms of that chemistry what we had a season ago.
Yes, sir. Absolutely great insight there. I really appreciate that answer. We're going to kind of move on now to more of looking at the players you guys got out of the portal. So I'm going to start with what I think was one of y'all's biggest additions, Oregon guard Tyrone Williams. What made you guys go after him in the portal?
One of our assistants, Jordan Brooks, had a connection, and they spoke and recommended Tyrone very strongly. Jordan did some background work, and then I called Dana Altman. Dana raved about him. He didn't play a lot last year. He got there late because he was still graduating from junior college. They were on the quarter system, so he was kind of playing catch up all year long. Played more and played better than he had all year long at the end. Ty he scores the ball. I mean, I was watching a bunch of his tape from junior college. Anybody that scores 26, 27, 2 consecutive years, leads the country junior college in scoring. He's just got a knack. He's athletic. He's strong. Has just amazingly quick first step. He needs to improve and improve the consistency of his perimeter jump shot. But he's been a dream to coach. Just very coachable. Yes sir, no sir. And he's looking to learn and do whatever it'll take for him to be successful and help the team.
Absolutely. And in kind of that same thought, a big time scorer, what made you guys go after a guy like Devin Caesar?
Jordan Brooks and Jamal Robinson, 2 of our assistant coaches, had connections with Devin up in the Washington D.C. area, and knowing what we lost and what we needed, we needed more playmaking, and Devin I think provides us with that. He's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, in terms of speed, I mean, he's just a jet, and he can go off 1 or 2 feet. And I guess we'll call him 6'1". That's being very, very generous. I mean, he's way up over the rim. He gets a step and a crack in the defense. He's not going in there to lay it up. He's looking to dunk on somebody. So again, he kind of fit a need, fit a role, and we felt like that would be a good one for us.
Excellent, excellent. And I noticed like last year at Buffalo when he got consistent minutes, when he got 10, 15 minutes in a game, he would consistently go over 10 points. I mean, the guy can score the ball. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the big thing, how much is Devin willing to listen and learn? Because that learning curve will determine how much he plays. He's got the ability to play a big role for us, but he's going to have to learn how to play, the game the right way, or certainly the way we want it to be played. But he's got all the tools.
Absolutely. And finally, a guy like RJ Blakeney, what made you guys kind of go after him?
Again, Jordan Brooks, I keep mentioning his name. Obviously, Jordan Brooks is doing a hell of a job for us. Jordan knew RJ and his family and had connections there. When Jordan put his name in, when RJ put his name in, we had some conversations. He wasn't in any hurry, but we were consistent. Jordan Brooks stayed after him. And then when RJ started, the process of kind of narrowing things down and making decisions, we were there and went after him really strong. He represents a kid. He'd been in college for 3 years, essentially a 2-year starter. And it wasn't at any random school. I mean, Dayton's been really good.
Yes, absolutely.
And Anthony Grant is a hell of a coach. So the combination of his experience, his having been coached, and he played in a lot of big games, made him very, very attractive to us. I think the thing that attracted him to Old Dominion is the opportunity to play maybe a greater role than he did at Dayton. And we've been very pleased, to say the least, with what RJ has shown us. I mean, I think he could be an outstanding player in the Sun Belt in his first year. I think he can do some things that he didn't get a chance to do, more with the ball, more scoring, showing his versatility and athleticism. I think he can guard probably 1 through 4, about 6'6", but really long arms. I'm not sure exactly what the wingspan is, but it's up there. So we're excited with him. We're excited with all the guys that we do have coming in.
Excellent. Anything you want to say to the fans out there of Old Dominion?
Well, I think the big thing is, we're excited. I think our perimeter is going to be athletic. It's going to be deep and very talented. We've got guys in the post position that I think gives us some depth, and guys that are capable and willing to do kind of the dirty work. And that's a formula that's should seem familiar to the Old Dominion fans, because that's kind of what how our team was comprised back in 2019 when we were able to win the Sun Belt regular season, the Conference USA regular season and tournament.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Coach. I know you're incredibly busy. Best of luck to you next year. We're going to be watching with anticipation, and have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.